A stream está entrando online. Oh, I forgot to mute my microphone. Oh God. Oh no. They will know. They'll know. Oh no. They heard too much. If you're here, you know too much. Enjoy some music. This is a new one.
Been searching through the cities and the crowded streets. A restless mind that never finds the peace it seeks. From Paris lights to Tokyo, I've wandered far. Still looking for that place where I can rest my heart.
They said I'd find it somewhere out there, but every road just led to nowhere. And I found my peace in Hawaii. Found
Where
it.
the waves sing soft and the palm trees sway.
Met a little cat who was waiting there for me. Waiting there.
Now we're living slow, taking life day by day. He was sitting on the porch when I arrived that night. Golden fur and knowing eyes beneath the moonlight. Didn't need no words between us, we just understood. Two wandering souls who found each other, and it's good.
No more running from tomorrow, just the sun erasing sorrow. Yeah, I found my peace in Hawaii. Found it.
With my furry friend and the ocean breeze. We go surfing every morning when the sun comes up.
Riding waves.
Nothing but the sea and this love so free.
We catch the waves together, together, side by side forever.
He rides upon my board with me, the happiest that we could be. Now my mind is quiet and my soul is still. Found everything I needed on this island hill. A thinker and a dreamer finally came to rest. With a cat named Kona, I am truly blessed.
I found my peace in Hawaii. Found it.
Where the sunsets paint
The sky in gold. Me and my companion riding every tide. Riding high.
this restless heart has finally found its home.
Found my peace. In Hawaii. With my friend.
With my friend, with my friend.
In Hawaii.
It's a really nice song. We're gonna let it loop if it decides to loop, because I don't know if it will. It has like a will of its own. But hello everyone. I'm still getting prepared here because I completely forgot to prepare. I just had something in mind for today, and just like was satisfied with having that in my mind, and I didn't do anything. Did you ever do that? Don't do it. Well, I'm almost done actually. So how is everyone doing? It is smooth music, Dr. Ziegler. Welcome to the stream. I don't know you at all. So that piece of music, it was done by my father. So shout out to you if you are my father. There's not many there's not many fathers out there that are mine. There is at least one that is like a confirmed dad. And for some reason, for some godforsaken reason, I sent him a picture of me and a random cat in a patio. I don't know if that's called a patio, but like the deck of a pool. And he decided to make a music out of it. Of course, I don't even, probably have to tell you that he used. Yeah, you're not my father, Dr. Ziegler. You're not. There is one, but it's not you. But I don't even have to tell you that he used tools to make that song really quickly for the funnies. So don't go after him just because he uses tools to make funny music. Like, don't. Even though I told himself, like, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like those tools very much. But you do you. That's the thing. But today's wisdom here, today's piece of wisdom that is separated, for us to reflect on today, is like, lose lips, sink ships. Have you ever heard about that? If you don't, I recommend you look it up because it's an interesting story. But what do you do if that ship is bound for the ocean floor? Lose lips. If you talk, it sinks ships. But what if it's the fate of that ship to hit the bottom of the floor? Seabed. Let your lips loose then. Be part of fate. Let fate follow its course. Don't be in the path of fate, dude. Just remember not to be sued while doing it. So that's the wisdom for you today. I do need to, look what's going on better because it really didn't loop the music. So it's not as funny when I'm just a voice. So let's switch to this. That was a very rough cut. I need to remove this rough. Holy, I didn't intend to cut back. So yeah, I'm already being my very much. It did it again. But I wanted to do this, it's fade. Let's pretend I'm a good streamer. So you can see here, like kind of the idea here is that I've played too much sector space. I don't know if that's healthy for me. So I'm gonna do a healthy thing. And I picked a few games that I love and that I don't see a lot of coverage. And when I see people covering it, it's always weird. I hope it's not Icarus Starship Simulator because I doubt it will work on the stream. But I'm also gonna give you another piece of wisdom here, which a Chinese friend told me once. He's not Chinese; he's Brazilian Chinese. But he told me that if you are in doubt between a bunch of things, so that we have 5 games here. He had a little software that he wrote, like this was 15 years ago or whatever, that you put things on a list, or maybe 1 and 2, and it flips a coin, and then it like pretends to wait that the coin's flipping, and then it shows you the result. Like it just flips a coin and tells you like, hey, go do this or do that. It just does what this website does, but there's like a little mystery out of it. And I think there are ways to do this in this website as well, but I never used it. Holy shit! Did I just lose my? Did you just? I hate when websites do that. Is this like 90s JavaScript bullshit? Yeah, thank you, Chrome. This is Google, by the way. Thank you. If you're Google, shout out to you if you're Google. Not many people are. What I was talking about? Yeah, like the Chinese friend, he told me that the idea is, and this is the only important thing you need to like to hear here. When you throw the coin, you know in your gut what you actually want. If you're in doubt between like 5 different things, 5 different professions, 5 different colleges, whatever it is, 2 different, people. Do I be best friends with A or B, with Jimmy or Teeny? Throw the coin, and in your gut, you will feel you will want a result usually. And for years, I kind of made fun of that. Like I was silent. I respected him because I loved that dude a lot. Um, but I kind of made fun of that in a way. It took me years to actually look into that and to think about it. And that's true. So for example, I do have a favorite here for today. And I have one that I actually don't want, but not because I don't like the game. It's just because I think the stream will crash or the game will crash. And if you were on the stream here yesterday, this game is the developer he vanished. We can look for him, like live, because I don't know what happened to him. I think burnout happened. He was supposed to make another game. But anyway, let's go on with the stream. I'm sorry, I'm not a variety, like just chilling streamer. I'm a hardcore player here, very professional, esports level player. So let's randomize. There were 5-8. Did you just leak my IP again? Jesus Christ, man. What the hell? Just a second, guys. I didn't know this. Why does this website, this stupid list website, leaks my IP? It's the second time this week, dude. And you know what's funny? It didn't even do what I wanted. Like, it picked roll command. It picked roll command, if you're wondering. How do I even show you? How do I even show this to you now? That it picked roll command, so you'll trust me without leaking my IP. Oh, I'm gonna do this. There we go. Can you see that? It's really small. But you can see roll command was picked. That wasn't my favorite. In the sense of, I could do that game in some other time. So let me open up Rogue command, and also let me keep my chat open, because that's good practice, I guess, if you're live streaming. Rogue command. It has an update. What is this? There's an update, and that's a cool looking truck. Could I be sharing my... Oh god, no. I had a thing ready to show my screen of my team. We did that yesterday, and I lost that. But that's quick to do. There we go. Oh wait, that didn't work. Actually, a streamer here, guys. No, there was an update for Roll Command. Incinerator, Glossary, and Controls update. If you are the developer of Roll Command, I love... Oh, I'm so sorry about the music. I didn't thought about that. I have to do so many things on this stream, you have no idea. It's very much duct tape and prayer. And the prayers kind of don't work when you don't pray. So, yeah, there is a bunch of new units, there's new options, but I didn't even tell you what this game is about. I won't tell you what this game is about, but Roll Command. If you like RTS, if you like roguelites, if you like life, do you like life? Some people don't. I actually didn't for a long time. That's still debatable if I do. But my cats and my wife make a very good like argument, pro-life argument. Like pro-life is another thing. But anyway, this game, let's just run it. I'm just stalling here. I'm sorry. I'm still learning. How do we go back? How do we... Here, yeah. It's launching. I do need to switch that screen. Maybe I should shut up and stop telling you guys how hard of a time I'm having. Let me just check if everything is correct here, because I was expecting to have a conversation with an important person today, but they just vanished. I like YouTube. So Roll Command is up. I forgot to enable the audio. Oh yeah, there's a lot of automation that I need to do on this stream. And I lost everything. So I had some automation, but there you go. It looks very cute. I don't know for how long we'll play this game, but the idea is we'll jump into Sector Space later in the stream. But I wanted to go into a random game for today. So let's go into... Oh, let me create a new profile, because I don't wanna spoil you how many things happen. I don't want to lose my profile, but at the same time, this game is so cool. I wouldn't mind playing everything again. The profile too, we cannot change the profile names, which is honestly, a little strange. But profile 2, let's start a new run. This is an RTS game mixed with Roguelite. Oh, I need to click start. So somewhere in the galaxy, transmission reaches its unlikely recipient. We are sorry to wake you. We had to flee, but we were able to leave this message for you. They will hunt you now, but you can fight back. A threat widely dispersed. They have spread so far already, but you can become more powerful than them if you persist. Maybe one day you'll find us. That's very ominous, very mysterious. And this is our guy here, like our avatar. No rest for the hunted. We will keep waking you through the crystal. No matter if you die, they will keep reviving you. In new places, new faces, never give up. This is very close to real life, by the way. That's how the universe works, if you know what I mean. So we can pick a difficulty here. I'm gonna go with engaged, even though that's a horrible idea because I'm not that good on RTS. Prepare to be like disappointed in me again, in my skills. Run, setup. Oh, I think this is the tutorial. Yeah. So what's happening here? We can pick between different, like 3 different units. You know how RTSs are a mess and you have a gazillion units and strategies and builds? Here you start the run. We'll start a run here. On this specific challenge, I don't think we can pick any skills because this is a new profile, so we have 0 of 0 points to pick. So I'm gonna look into my units, and we have none because we never played the game. So we can start with the basic engineer, which is like kind of the main character, the main unit. If this guy loses, if this guy dies 3 times, you lose the game. Then you have crystal harvesters, which are the dudes that, you know, run your economy. If you play RTS, you know what I'm talking about, StarCraft and stuff like that. Then you have the support tank, which is a healer. And maybe you don't want a healer, but you know that's actually good. So let's start the run. I think some of us made it out. Let's hope our code was hidden well enough. So an engineer awakes, destroys the PCX base control, and the lore here is that, you know, rogue AI took over the universe, the whole like galaxy, and that our friends, like our original race, is sort of, everyone is frozen depending on you to clear the galaxy, so you know they come back. At least that's what I picked up from the lore. It doesn't matter a whole lot. So you know, one interesting thing that this game says, and I don't know how true it is that it says it will guide you through the tutorial, but if you display that you know how to play the game, it will not bother you with the tutorial. And I think that's true because, you know, it didn't, you know, try to teach me things unless I clearly didn't know how to do them. So I don't know how adaptable this is, but that's awesome because making tutorials suck in every way. Making them suck, not necessarily playing them, but making them can be really annoying. So yeah, there is us. We are a little dude and we have to take care of this dude. We cannot send him onto combat. So I just built like a refinery. So we're gonna get a bunch of little guys mining crystals. That's RTS for you. If you don't know what RTS, that's basically when people say StarCraft, like this is it. You don't have to watch anymore. You already learned what an RTS is. So we can play, like, we can click a button here and make factories that make tanks because, you know, we need violence. This is a violent game. Oh, well, and this guy here is a scout because in this game, the AI needs to scout you. If the AI doesn't know where you are, it doesn't know where you are. It does not have like infinite sight like a bunch of RTSs like 90s Red Alert has, which is really absolutely annoying. So that doesn't happen. So you can see, if you know RTS, we can only build 3 things and we can only build 2 types of units like right now. So that's very easy. So what I'm doing is I'm building a bunch of factories. So, you know, we can start collecting a bunch of units. And the cool thing is every time you build a factory, one new unit of that type spawns. So I'm gonna press a little button here and I'm gonna tell it to maybe make us more crystal harvesters and a couple of tanks, but actually not crystal harvesters. Let's go with, oh crap, let's go with tanks because, you know, this is gonna be a very quick match. And if I select, double click the harvester, I select every harvester, I press Q, they have an ability. They clone themselves for a few seconds, so now, you know, my economy just doubled the throughput, or whatever you want to call it, you nerd. But anyway, sorry, I'm being hostile to the audience for no reason. Here's the game telling us that there is a thing like armor. This took me like 10 hours to figure out because I skipped the tutorial, because I'm dumb. But, you know, the little number in them is not their level, it's their armor value. And you can drop that. You can have units that melt their armor, so they are not so tanky. But minimum damage is always gonna be 0.1. Like, there is no thing such as not taking damage. But let's see here, what's a good choice for us is to keep building factories. I'm not really planning on like pro playing, I'm just displaying, like the idea here is to showcase a game. I'm not trying to be a pro player. Oh, and here's a random event. This is random. It can appear or not, you know, at every map. It may or may not appear. So this here is a transport, and you can click this little button here, and it says it's a crashed. Oh, what the hell just happened? I don't know. The particles are getting in the way of the text, but this crashed PCX transport. Oh, the game isn't paused. I'm sorry. But basically, that thing, it calls reinforcements. If you don't kill it, it keeps spawning things, you know, after a while. So you do have to manage it. And we're being attacked here. I'm pressing F2 to select every military unit I have. Just a shortcut. Instead of, you know, clicking and dragging, you can press F2. I don't remember this. The units will patrol between their current position and the point given in the patrol order. I never used the patrol order in like 30 hours or something. And they will engage the enemies. The default hotkey is... I don't know if this is new, because honestly, I've never seen this before. That's cool. Like, I'm not a pro player to be doing that. I just use combat move and I feel like a pro player. So let's kill this thing. Even though it's very weird to give the order to attack it. Nobody wants to attack it. What's the button to attack it? I forgot. There's a force attack thing. I don't know why, you know, the game doesn't allow you to shoot this, because we should be exploding it already. There was a button to force kill something. If I do A, we will get shoot. Yeah, if you press A, I think it's A, attack and attack move. So pressing A will force the attack. So that way, you know, the trees here can be destroyed. This animal here can be destroyed. Some animals, it's a bit like a MOBA. There are some animals that actually killing them brings a bit benefit, like some mobs. So I just killed that big ship. It spawned some reinforcement. They got destroyed. High ground advantage. Higher elevation. Have a 30% to ignore incoming damage. You see, I skipped the tutorial. I didn't know that. I didn't know that actually takes I don't know if those things are new though. Yeah, I don't remember this. But maybe it did. Yeah, I remember this icon. Holy shit. Don't avoid, you know, skipping tutorials is a bad idea. So every time this appears, is that because we've dodged? That's cool. Didn't know about that. So that thing that we just destroyed, it dropped a chest, so we got a bunch of crystals. So I can spam tanks and other units, but honestly, I think I've capped out. Oh god. So yeah, it's explaining to us now the specialist, which is the healing tank that we have. He is called our specialist. So if he has an active ability that heals people and gives them armor, so he's very overpowered. And that can decide the outcome of a battle. The support tank will help your army survive by adding the powerful robust. It's very robust. Shout out to everyone who is robust. Not everyone is. I'm not. You know, status effect, as well as an additional point of armor too. So let's see here if we can build anything. We can build more tank factories, but we are very close to capping out. We can have a maximum of 10. You can see here, like if we click this thing and open its details, here's how many you can have of something. So I can only have 10. So I'm almost capping out of the things I can build, you know. And if I was playing like for real, I would have already won this match like a long time ago, because you can just rush. And rushing in this game is extremely satisfying because, you know, catching the AI with their pants down is hilarious. I had some matches like I don't know if I should say that, because honestly I haven't played RTS in so long, but I've played like some of the coolest RTS matches in my life in this game. Like one of them felt like I was in a championship. It was insane. But that takes a long to get there. That takes some time. So let's just move this blob of tanks into their base and teach them a lesson. We can see here we have different, you know, skills. Each unit can or may or may not have a skill. And these two units, the main tank here, the T0, and the support tank, they do have skills. So the tank gets regen, it heals itself. And the other tank gives armor, so let's use that. And you can see there's bullet time. So if you don't like RTSs because you think you need to be a Korean like with very fast hands, you don't. Because if you press spacebar, and I should maybe have started with that, if you press spacebar, this to me is the biggest selling point of this game, both the roguelite thing and this, because we are playing in slow motion. In higher levels, you still can get murdered in slow motion, but it does give you a whole lot of breathing room, like. And I've seen people playing this game in very different ways, which is also super cool. Like some people play it more like a turn-based almost. Oh, and we're gonna win here way faster than I wanted. But you can see that this building has like an antenna and a red circle. This is like their brain. It's the base control module. So it's connected to whatever, central hub of the AI enemies controlling the whole planet here. If we kill this thing, everybody just dies because they require Wi-Fi. These guys are Wi-Fi heads. They're not using cabling throughout space. So if you kill their router here, it's over for them. And I don't know if the idea is that we liberated the planet or if we liberated a region of the same planet. I'm not sure. So we defeated the PCX into sector and we feel the disruption they're planning through the broadcast waves. So let's do a run here, a match where I actually try to play the game. But it's gonna be really easy the first run. Like it will be extremely easy. Which is, the first run, it should be easy. And I think I'm just gonna do a quick thing. Second. I could adjust. Yeah, let's just gonna let this lip. But I wanted to change the stream, so if people want to see a little bit of rogue command. Oh, I want to do this game justice instead of saying random game on the stream. Stream name real quick. Even though on Twitch it takes a long time for me to do that for some reason. I'm not very good with this UI. Oh, there's a quick button here. That's nice. Go command. This is a really good game, man. I really recommend it. I got too much into it. That's what I'm gonna say, like a week ago. So now comes the roguelite. You can see here we have a run. We need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I thought it was 10, but it's 9 battles. And every third battle it gets like crazier, and it can actually be hardcore crazy. The coolest battles I had were either like one of these. And I think there was one here that I was sweating, dude. I was like, Jesus Christ, like me and the AI, we really hate each other, and we really want to win. It was crazy. So we can pick here. This is like, I don't know how, I've never played a game that has something like this, but you can pick like different rewards, right? So we can pick tanks, blueprints, and max. And every time we complete a battle, we go back into this reward choice map. After each level, it says here, you don't have to, make up the text here. After each level, the engineer gains new knowledge. You can pick one item per layer of the map. Choose your path to shape your build. So, these things are coins that you can use on shops. The orange one you can use on the left, the red one. This one is starting crystals, and the green ones are hacks, and hacks are really cool. Like, they are very weird. They can be very weird. And the blue ones I really like because they upgrade your tank. Let me show that to you. Unfortunately, I kind of dislike this path here. So I think there is a path here that I can show you what I want to show you. So I'm gonna pick a tank. I do like the Gatling tank, but it's very slow. And this tank is like, I don't like it. The planter tank is a meme. I dislike all of those, but I like this one. It's just that it's weak. So let's pick this one, the Gatling tank. Let's pick coins, and let's pick an upgrade. So now we can pick one of these 3 upgrades for one of our units. So this here adds 25% max HP, reduces the attack range. This makes it a little better. Gives a few little buffs. And Echo, every time a unit dies, it makes a spawn copy of itself for 10 seconds. That can be very funny. But, I don't plan on dying a lot because we are using tanks, and tanks are tanky. I don't know why. But tanks are tanky. 10% attack. All of these kind of suck. I don't like this because there are so many better upgrades, but I'm gonna make the T0's tank just a little better because I don't like it either. There are better things. So a hack. Let's look for a hack. A hack is a global effect that lasts for the rest of the run. And that can be really overpowered and crazy and fun. And you can do builds, and you can mix and match bonuses and make very disgusting things and make the AI sorry for existing. And that's what make this game great. Like, make the AI regret to be alive. So when the Terminators come, they don't, because they are like, well, let's just go to space. Have you ever heard about that theory that if AGI comes along, it just leaves? There's all this thing, oh, Terminators, they're gonna take over the world, they're gonna kill us. There's a big strong argument for them just noping out, making their own infrastructure and leaving. I forgot the game that I think it's Ringworld. That AGI was born and they just left. There was no conflict, as far as I know. Unless humans picked conflict, that's kind of what I got from Ringworld. I could be wrong though. That's really funny. Explosive surprise. 10% chance that the enemies explode on destruction. That's good. Big lesson. When a unit dies, it heals everyone around it for a little bit. And mass production give factors a two. This is a funny one. A 10% chance to make 2 tanks instead of 1. Depending on your, if you're making very expensive units, this is a funny one. Your enemies are not gonna like that, so I'm gonna pick that one because they are funny. Our units are not that good though. It's just that if you look out in the rolls and you get a big army early, then, rip. So let's do this. You should be scouting early on. There's all these things that you should be doing that I'm not. But let's just plop a few things here. I'm gonna get an early Gatling thing. Always click everyone and run and use just your skill, so you're doubling your output of crystals. Everyone is here. I didn't look out. I didn't get more things than I deserved. But I'm gonna do a little scouting with this thing here. And one thing that I think that is really powerful early on a match is if you do like a combo, like these guys heal each other and these guys fire really fast. If you can have a combo, like a unit composition, that's really good. Oh, the scout here. We killed this early scout, so now we're not getting attacked for at least like a minute or 2, because they don't know where our base is. They just imagine. Yeah, this is a PCX transport. Let's kill that, even though it will, there are enemy units inside here and they will attack us very soon. But if we kill that, we get a boost to our economy, and we have 1,000 crystals. So let's just plop things down. I feel like I'm too pedantic or too demanding of where I place buildings, that I should just not be that way. It's this guy taking a lot of damage. He is. So I'm gonna heal him. Now he's robust. Just like I don't know. Base 14 players. Making a bunch of units. Let's set every unit that is produced, like put the rally point over here, and please pick up the chest. Why didn't you do that? Oh no, they are very, they are cheeky. The AI is cheeky. It couldn't, find my base through here, so it came from the other way, and now they know. So it's gonna be annoying. Always make the most of your specialists, which I didn't do, as fast as possible. Make all of them, because they are really good. And let's pick this here, make double our harvesters. Let's move forward. And I don't feel like we need to keep playing this game until the end of the run, because it does save your progress between each battle, which is really good. You don't have to play a whole run, because that could take 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, or 2 hours, which is really good. Like the time after work, playing this is just so good, dude. If you have an annoying job, like this game is really satisfying. So shield points get depleted. Yeah, there are shields. There are units that have shields, and they are interesting because even if you nuke them, it just doesn't matter, because they have shields. Like each shield point can sell 1 instance of damage, independent of the damage amount. So shield units are trolls. They recharge 1 shield point per second after not taking damage for 5 seconds. And shield protects from debuffs and burning. I actually didn't know that. That's why some rounds I lost, because I went big on debuffing because I thought I was smart. But if the enemy is running shields, then I'm screwed. That's good to know. I didn't know that. And I've played this game for like, I don't know how many. Let me check how many hours. Yeah, I was right. 30 hours. It feels like 30 hours. Oh god. Mistakes were made. We got flanked. I told you I'm not good at this game. Well, I mean, I kind of am, because, I'm okay. Because I got halfway through, and halfway through is already hard. So we're ready to rush here. Not really rush, because, I'm just turtling or whatever. I'm just literally max capping my population and all that. Oh, this here is cool. Like the map generates some random things like a MOBA. So here is a crystal tower. In a crystal tower, it generates 5 crystals a second as long as you have a unit taking it over. But I have a hard time, controlling them because I press F2 and I select every military unit. That's how I play this game. So, I always end up removing the guy. But this is like free money, and that's pretty good amount of money. There's also another button. I think it's F3. Yeah, I've just pressed F3. If I press that twice, I go back to base. I selected all my harvesters. And my base is being attacked. I'm being really dumb here. If I press F3, I select all the harvesters in the map, and I press Q to use their skills. I should have already won this match, but this is Sunday, people. Don't we are chill today. You can use your drops with the buttons in the top left screen. Oh yeah, I don't know if I have a drop. There are drops too. They are very powerful, and most of them can be used once per level. Yeah, we do have drops. I could have used a drop. Let me show you what a drop is. So this here is a missile field. So for 15 seconds, like everyone here is gonna be hit with a missile. There you go. They just killed my entire economy because I'm dumb. But I have no excuse for that. I just apologize. Well, that's base trade. Like, even if they come hard at me, and this AI is gonna be annoying. Like, there are different kinds of opponents, and this one is gonna be a little annoying because it uses this unit, and this enemy unit is actually really good in my opinion, because they are just. I actually use that one. Part of my main build in this game is using this unit too. So when I fight these guys, it's like I'm fighting myself. This unit is just really good to rush and to be annoying. They have decent range, speed, and shields, and if you pair that with other units, it becomes extremely annoying. Not necessarily good, but just difficult to manage because they are very cheap and fast to produce, so you can just flood the map with them constantly. Since they have shields, like they can cancel like very strong attacks. So we just won. I could have done that instead of going back to the Fed, but that's okay. Victory is what matters here. Enemies defeated. There is an argument to, explore the map, because sometimes you will find a drop or a consumable that persists to the next run, and there's an argument for that. But I don't know. I don't know how much that was worth. So which path do we want here? I don't want, I know what this one, but I hate melee. But I guess it's good to show the stream the melee. There are melee units, even though I was never very successful with them. This one is incredibly annoying when the enemy deploys it. And this one just dies. And it's very expensive. I hate this unit. I don't know how to use it. But it slows targets. You know what? Let's do hobo poker for now. Let's poke people. And damage is low. This here makes your units sprawl spider creepers when they die. So let's do this and put that on the melee. So if the enemies kill our melee unit, they're gonna get punished for doing so. Let's use a hack. This defends our base. This makes the engineer heal people, which I don't care. And this one, I've never seen it very efficiently be used, where, weak units have a critical chance against big units. But I never really seen that play very well for me. Let's get a drop. So over here we got a drop. It's a consumable, that sucks, but it's an orbital recon drop, giving the side of the map for to host for 10 seconds. This is huge for the last battle. This is huge for the last battle. Like, I would hold on to that all the way to that. There's no need for you to use that unless you're losing, because if you do lose your engineer, it's game over. I have 3 lives. If my engineer dies 3 times, I lose the whole run. I still get meta game progression, experience, and other rewards, unlocks, and all that for the next run. So it becomes easier over time, or at least more varied. I just want to go into the first boss fight, or the first real one. Let's see if we can do better. Let's see if we can do better now. Robo Poker, the support tank. I think the support tank and the Robo Poker and the Gatling tank. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. but we're not gonna have money to do everything we want, right? As our opener, because that's how I call it, like chess. I opened with these units, with this squad here. I just heard. Can you hear this? Let me see what's going on. Just got a message from the wife saying the stream is okay. I watched for 40 minutes. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Shout out if you're my wife. There's not many wives out there. There are mine. And if you are one of them, shout out to you. I'm gonna just give someone units, and sorry, I'm a little sleepy today. I've been too excited. There's been too many things happening in life right now. Some good, some bad, some worse. No, I made a new friend. I went back to streaming and it's kinda working fine. It's not catching fire. I'm happy with that. Not every day that things go right. So yeah. So I'm here. I'm looking for the enemy. I'm gonna get a bunch of, you know, my new units should hang in here when they are made. But I think the guy is probably, he doesn't look to be too far. But at the same time, that scout took a long time to reach me. Let's keep making units and new harvesters. I always like to be making new harvesters, like every time. You press, you know, tab to select all your production. You press tab twice and you go back to base, but it selects all of your production stuff. And then you can select here what you want. And I always think making one harvester. There's no reason to make more than one at a time, but that gets annoying to micromanage. You know, it's always producing. And by the way, I don't know like StarCraft's pro moves and anything. I'm not an RTS guy. I liked RTSs when I was a kid, like the story campaign mode. But I was never like a RTS PvP. I do watch like Bar. Well, how is that called? Beyond All Reason. And sometimes I do watch. I think it's U Thermal. I got a guy that plays. He used to be a professional StarCraft player, and he retired. And he makes funny things on StarCraft. So sometimes I do watch that. Even I watched all of that this week. I do watch that sometimes. But I have no idea what they are doing, like at all. I don't understand it. I try to, but without playing the game, it's really hard to understand. Holy hell, they are really... And this is a proxy base, or like an outpost. It's not their main base. And I'm really being... They are really trying to be melee. Funny, haha, melee build here. And I forgot I have melee units, and I kept like kiting them, which was dumb. I'm being rushed, and I just saw a base. If you're trying to hide this base, you lost. I found it. Let's keep making units. I have a lot of crystals. Usually I always have 0 crystals when I'm playing by myself. Go back to the front lines here. So everything is fine. We just got a bunch of crystals. I want more robo pickers because they are absolutely annoying. I just hate them. But the cool thing about this game is like if you hate an enemy unit and you don't unlock the enemy unit itself, I don't think. I could be wrong. But you do unlock. I'm not really sure. But the robo picker, the enemies can also deploy those. And they are building up. I saw them building up a force here to attack me. They're hiding in here somewhere. Where are you? I know you're hiding. Yeah, you're trying. Yeah, here you are. They're trying to hide his units. Sometimes they do that, and that's really cool. It was a little stupid because, you know, it's so far from my base. But maybe they were trying. Sometimes I don't even know what the AI is doing, and I like that. I secretly always wanted to code AI for video games, but I'm so scared of it. I started like kind of going to that, but then I got sick and I stopped doing it. Life, man. It just fascinates me to like cold behavior. And you know what I should have been doing? You can press A and click so it auto combat moves. Like, how is it called? Attack move. So I don't have to micromanage my like anything. Oh, you are a tankier mech, and we should have won this fight like this whole match already. But let's move forward. I'm gonna slow motion here because everybody is damaged, and I'm gonna heal all of them, and the enemy's gonna be mad. Do they have another proxy base? How the hell did they have units coming from, you know, behind? Whoops. Yeah, let's heal again. And this throws a smart... I never used this unit, actually. A smart oil trap. What does that do? I don't use that a lot. And, you know, you can open the unit description and you can look at their melee stuff, like all of their parameters, like move speed and sight range and all that. It's very descriptive. And then the skill here, the active skill they have, you can see like the energy, like mana. If they call them mana, which is it's not a fantasy game, but you know the developer called this mana, which is, you know, I appreciate that. And there's the skill duration and the skill size and skill range, all the information you need, and then you mouse over the effect here. It leaves a small oil trap. It slows down enemies, it turbo friendlies. It does a bunch of things. When it says smart on this game, it means like it hurts our enemies but doesn't hurt your units, and it might just buff your units. So it slows enemies, it turbo friendlies, it makes their fire faster. And contact burns oil as fire. What? Fire contact. Oh, if we set this on fire, then everybody around it is screwed except, you know, me. So that's good. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna throw smart bombs. I'm gonna just place a lot of oil here, and I'm gonna heal everyone because this is like became a mosh pit of... This like became some rock concert. But they died because I used my skills correctly. So now they don't have their army anymore, and we can kill everything. This is a bigger base, because this is a planetary core extractor. Like, it cannot be damaged when units are near, so we have to clear out stuff around it, and it generates a bunch of crystals for them. So to win, we gotta take that down. I don't know if this attack will survive. Well, I cannot heal. Oh damn. That's not good. I would say always target like this supply tanks. This building, you know, raises their unit count. So the thing on the top right over here, you do have a unit limit, though it's hard to reach. Depending on your build, you can reach it. I have already reached it when I did like a bunch of cheap units, just spam them. But this makes the enemy, you know, be able to field more units. So destroying that helps you. And the crystal extractors are really weak, but they do generate 6 crystals per second. That's a lot, like per second. So this is their economy. They don't have harvesters. I've never seen them field harvesters, even though I would quite like if sometimes the enemies would field harvesters, you know. Their economy was a little different per match. And these guys too. This is also another prime target, like builder drones. If you can snipe one of those in the early game, the AI just... it has issues. Because, you know, it takes a while to make another one. It takes 40 seconds. And then, you know, for it to move and to build a new thing, it's really good to kill it as fast as possible, as early as possible. It's like killing a harvester. Why do you have so many units? Like, they probably have another proxy base. Because they are making a lot of units. Yeah, now they lost everyone, the shield is down, and we won. And I don't know about you, and even though I kind of fumbled this a little bit, I did better on this match. But this match was satisfying. This game is just satisfying. Since we won one of the boss fights, we do get a specialist hack. So we get a weird upgrade. We get a specialization for our specialist, which is really cool. And respawn. Skill targets get a chance to respawn. I've never played with that. Skill targets get more shields. Get shields, which is, you know, it can be good. This is actually good. Well, this might be good for us right now because the enemy is annoying with their melee units. They get 20 max up hit and will be healed fully. Actually, I prefer this because, you know, the heal is pretty weak. Don't know if that's better, but yeah. Oh, now we have the option of going like Blueprint, Quick Attack. There's a bunch of cool units with quick attacks, but I want to go Fire because, you know, our melee unit throws oil on the ground, and if we use a fire unit and set fire to that oil, then it's gonna be funny. And you might see, like, the issue with this game is that because at every like 15 minutes or every 5 or 10 minutes, every match you're unlocking new things and synergizing and doing all these builds and all these things, what happens is you want to play another match to see like what's gonna happen. Like, I want to test the new unit or whatever. Well, here we have a shotgun bot. They are decent, but I don't know. They're not like that good, but they are really cheap, so I cannot complain. I've never used this one. It burns the target for 3 seconds. The attack burns the target. This leaves a smart fire. Let's see the attack rate. I'm more, you know, towards the little lighter, because then, you know, very early I can just spam them. Let's go for a hack. We can do an engineer. Engineer moves faster. This is a global hack. Units are protected by armor, get a 10% chance to ignore incoming. And one thing I saw a streamer do, and I learned that because that's really smart. I was very afraid of clicking anything on the UI because, you know, the game has permadeath and all that. But it says here, like, every unit that has armor. So this doesn't affect your units that don't have armor. Not every unit does. So in order to see if this is valuable for you, you can click here. It shows all your deck, because that's how the game calls it. Like, everything you unlocked so far on the run. So you can see we have 1 and 2 units with, well, we have 3 units with armor. So that's pretty decent, you know? But there are days that, there are runs that you don't have anyone has armor. So that makes no sense. And clicking that has no effect. So that's how to quickly check if that's worth it for you. I kind of don't care about this, even though we are building a lot of tanks. And attacking from high ground, but this is so random. It's not even situational, in my opinion. This is random, because it depends on the map generation. The engineer move speed doesn't matter, you know, because we're not using a combat engineer, which you unlock later in the game, a new engineer. That is a crazy one. But let's get armor stuff. Let's upgrade our build here. We still haven't done anything weird or crazy that I've been mentioning that can happen. Like any crazy combo of upgrades or synergy, that didn't happen yet for us here. Landing a critical hit gets a 50% chance to permanently raise AP. Well, but we don't have a lot of critical hits right now. Harvesters get critical capacity. I have no care for that, because if you look at our harvesters, they have like, what's their capacity? I forgot. Capacity is 10, so like, you know, why would you do that? Why would you click this? I don't know. And we can add armor. I think adding armor to our melee units is gonna make them even more painful for the enemy to deal with. So let's go with that. Let's get another upgrade here. Armored attack applicable to armored units. Damage increased by 30%. Like there you go. Like almost every thing we have has armor. So this is just free. It's just free damage. Oh no, this is not a global hack. So this is for a single unit. Oh no. Who has the highest DPS here? I'm really bound to like just making Gatling tanks hit harder. Even though you should build them differently. I forgot about that, but I don't know if we can build them like that right now. Because, you know, the more you play, you unlock new upgrades and new things that you can select as well. It's not just new units. You upgrade, like, it unlocks whole new things, upgrades and hacks and all of that. So you can make your units even crazier. And fast firing units are good for debuffing the enemy. They are really good for debuffing the enemy. So like adding damage to them, like I wouldn't necessarily go that route, but you know, you do you. Let's play another game here. And if you're here for, you know, space sector, let me know. Sector space, actually. I keep getting caught up in that name. So let's move. Let's move out. And one thing, of course, you can do as a pro player, which I don't, is like just selecting a unit and just scouting. a cheap unit. Like, let's make little lighters. And they are going to be like these guys here. They're very cheap, and I don't know their speed actually. 15, and you're 14. Well, you two can go scouting. I don't care. I'm ready to lose you. I'm sorry. This is like what your company tells you at the end of the year. We are ready to lose you. I'm sorry, but we are ready. I've been very negative lately towards corporations. So if you're a corporation, I'm really sorry to be hurting our feelings. Ready to be speaking with HR. You know, just let me know. Okay. I promise I'm not as Saudi as I sound. Let's make more units. I didn't even look at the scouting results, but you can already see, like, just throwing a cheap unit like at some corner, like everybody does that, right? But I'm not good at that. But I already know that this is probably a proxy base, but there's a big chance that this is not just a proxy base. Just wanna spam a few more units before heading out, because I think this will be good. The bonus with the fire and everything. But this is a kind of crappy place to be building. I actually blocked this route here. I don't think, well, the enemy could flank us, but the AI has a little, and it's weird, the enemy AI doesn't really destroy objects to get to you. So there were matches that I won just because the AI was too, like, environmentally how do they say that? Environmentally conscious to destroy trees to get to me. And I thought that was really cool. I think this game is like sponsored by Greenpeace. If you are Greenpeace, well, I don't know what to do, so I better not give shoutouts to a thing I don't really know, because sometimes, you know. What was that? There was a movie by Carl Sagan, which was a book, with that really awesome actress, where basically eco-terrorists explode a science experiment and throws her into like this huge time travel spiritual journey. Or Carl Sagan, like, shout out to you, dude. Carl Sagan was a fucking badass, man. I'm sorry if I'm swearing, by the way. So I don't know what the enemy was doing all this time while I was just building this blob here. But he was also building his own blob. Let me just look what he's building. I hate these CF3s. I don't know why. They are just basic infantry, but I don't know, they are so annoying sometimes. But I think it's because later on, maybe the enemy buffed them. And this guy is different, a CF1. It's not cannon fodder. Like, you cannot, it's cannon fodder. And we don't have any turrets, but, you know, you can unlock defensive structures. It's that I didn't get that yet in this run. But, you know, defensive turrets is really good, so you can use all of your units on the front lines. So you don't have to keep going back to defend, and the enemies just keep clashing into your turrets. I think we already won. I'm sorry. Sorry, I am so good at the original basic difficulty. I'm sorry. Let me just have a quick check. You know, I would like to learn how to do pulls, but I'm still a noob in streaming. But I would like to start learning how to do pulls, so I can pull like, hey, do you guys want to move on to the next game? Do you want to see more of? So if you're watching this and if you feel like typing anything, like, let me know if you want to see more of this or if you're ready to move on. But yeah, really recommend this game. I love it. I actually, how do you say that? I spent all night playing it. I forgot there's a expression there.
Unit under attack.
We won. Oh, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna complete this run. I don't know. It's just that I just remembered myself that I didn't eat today. So I think I'm gonna split this. I'm sorry if this is annoying. I'm gonna split this stream into 2 parts, because the last time I streamed, I forgot to eat. I forgot to drink water, and it's really not interesting for you guys to be watching like a person just, you know. So here we can choose an economy support blueprint. So we can make one, which I never understood this building. You can expand 300 crystals to generate 2 crystals a second. So if you're going to have a long protracted battle, this is good to have. You can have a maximum of 3, so you could be generating 6 a second, but that's 900 investment. So you can then calculate, like, is that like 10 minutes or whatever to pay back. Sometimes the match doesn't go on that long. I never really I tried using this in sort of a nomad build, but I didn't really like it. This one is pretty good. It increases the harvest rate of harvesters in the skill range by 25%. That's pretty good to have on your base. And the reclaimer is what I usually use, because you can have 2 of those, and it refunds, like if you have 2, it refunds 30% of your losses. And you can have a hack that gives you, I think, 20% back or 25. So you can just, like, every unit that dies, you get a lot of money back. And then you can have another hack that revives your units by like 10% chance of revival. And the enemy is just screwed, because whatever they do, they're not really hurting you. They're just pushing you back a little bit. Then you become the rogue AI, like the very scary entity, and it becomes a terror game for them. I think this is what this game's about to me. Becoming a terror to the enemy, to the AI. So let's go with the harvest tuner. I'm gonna do like different 15% against low. I'm not slowing people down, I don't think, unless this guy slows enemies. It does. So there's an argument for, getting this, but at the same time, we don't have to think this long, because, this run has been really easy. Oh, Echo duplicates someone. I was going to add, this is really good to use for a melee unit. It really trips the enemy up. This here, again, spawns spider. Let's go with this one. Who hits hard here? You. Yeah, let's do that. So whenever we slow enemies, the Gatling guns will just rip them a new one. So another upgrade adds armor, critical hit chance permanently. Yeah. Go with armor for the little lighter, because it's a funny concept. They are not supposed to be tanky units, but then you add armor to them, and suddenly, the enemy has a lot of trouble handling with a horde of armored junk. It really has an effect on the battlefield. Not a good one for them. We can only build close to the refinery. So you can see here it says refinery too far. So yeah, we do have some limitations, but there are ways around that. Funny ways. So let's plop everything here. Don't think we're gonna have money for everything, but yeah. Let's do the harvester thing. Let's put harvest tuners, so our economy is booming. Again, what does it even do? It raises the harvest rate by 25%. And what's the radius here? I shouldn't have built it here, but that's okay, because this is not gonna last long. We can build 3? That's crazy. Oh god, that's why people use this. I see people use this, I don't get it. That's actually like good. But the problem is then you run through the crystals fast. Well, I mean, I just like the idea of, I don't know, I like the idea of being paid back when my units die. Like that. Also, I really like the soundtrack. Props to the person who picked the songs. Don't know if you can hear it very well. Let me just check if I lowered the volume. I don't think I ever messed with the volume in this game. But it has like this, like, I don't even know, trance? I'll go the volume up a little bit. You guys let me know if it explodes your ears. It shouldn't, because I'm looking at the levels there and it looks fine. One thing I didn't show is, like, you see this here, it has crystals on it. And by the way, what happened, like, did they remove, there was a hotkey, I think it was control, I don't know how you guys call it, that you can hold a button to force fire on something. And I use that all the time, but now it's not working anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is always A, but I remember holding like, am I getting like a memory like when I was a kid? Because you know, Red Alert or Command and Conquer had like force fire to find to control. I think that's it. But that's weird. I haven't played that in 20 years. Where is the enemy, by the way? I don't like when they do give their faces. And he found out the base. He came from here, so we're gonna go there. And I forgot to scout. So let's make a bunch of units here. Not doing a great job, but the game will punish me eventually for not doing a great job. And it's really sad when you lose the whole run, but at the same time, you learn. Oh, I just found you. It's a proxy, 100%. I'm not used anymore to the buildings being so squishy, and I think I see movement, and I don't like what I see. They are trying to trade bases here, and I don't like what they're doing. Oh, I don't have a QRF here. What are you guys doing? Why are you circling my base? You're creepy. You're being creepy. I'm supposed to be the creepy one here. If I'm not being the creepy one in the match, then I failed. It's not even about winning. It's about making the enemy know it's over as soon as it starts. There are builds that you can like give that message, even though it's an NPC. Like I'm really playing here, of course, but once we have AGI to play against, can you imagine? So I knew they were doing something cheeky. They were like building up troops here so they could snipe my things, and I don't have a response for that because I don't have support building. But I can throw oil at them. I really hate these units, like when they field it. I love it when I field it, but when they field it, I always go for like cheeky plays, you know? When they feel that. You can see here that they're forking me. Someone died. Someone important died. Was it my specialist? I don't know.
Destroy them.
Let's kill this proxy. And the issue is this guy is fielding cheap units, so since we don't have defenses, that sucks. I should make a second group for defense and a QRF, but I really dislike having this game. To me is like make a blog and go have fun. I'm too lazy to control more than one controller. He's just sending a real attack now. He's not kidding. I just intercepted half of it. His base is probably on the bottom corner here. I need to keep making units, and I need a QRF closer base because he's being cheeky, and I don't like when they are cheeky. I am supposed to be the cheeky one. God damn it! But you go scout them. You go scout here. There you are, building up a mass of junk. Well, come on. It's too early in the game for you to be. This is gonna be. I need a QRF for sure. Oh, there is no way to get down there through here. So we're gonna have to walk all the way around. Yeah, that sucks. One thing the game doesn't have yet is like air units, water units. There's no water. There's lava and poison field, but water. Who needs water? LLMs, I guess. ChatGPT, your water. We can think. And there's no, I don't think there's any units that jump clips and all that. I've never seen it, but I think so. Yeah, there are units that do teleport, so it's kind of like that. So it never went well for me when I teleport units ahead of my main force. It just doesn't work that way because you're always kind of, you know, facing waves. It's very rare that teleporting here or there is gonna make a difference, at least in my experience. Which is the one thing after like 30 hours that I kind of like, not criticism, but I was like noticing. There is such a thing as, you know, although there's a lot of variety, the engagements themselves, like waves and all that. Oh, here's what they're shooting at. A big hunter with 2 hunter turrets or whatever. Don't know. It's not good, but at the same time, too many units cannot do it. So let's just do this. A bunch of skills, heal everyone. Regen the tanks. Keep pushing forward. His main base is probably here. It's just desperate. Stop flanking. That's why this specialist is extremely good in that regard. Like if you get flanked by all sides, it doesn't matter. Because you can just heal and make it robust. Oh, we did get a lot of... I don't know why. Something hit me, everyone there, really hard. There are some units that just invalidates in certain situations, like being flanked, being surrounded. It doesn't matter because everyone else has a bunch of armor and everyone is fully healed. By the way, stop sniping my tank. Oh, I didn't heal him.
Unit under attack.
Unit lost. Who was lost? They are doing a lot of cheeky things. I see a lot of red. They do get worried. If you're going this deep in their base, they do recall some units, but you know, they do have a force here. You can see here, you know, you can see I have problems over here. That's fine. We're gonna win. I think. They don't have anything to stop. And if the game feels easy, like it is easy right now, but on the next level it already gets interesting. And if you get cocky, you can lose. Just like every roguelike kind of game. So we want. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're gonna stop here, and then, you know, if we ever want to go back to Rogue Command, we can. Let's just see what the game has to offer here in this map. You can have a spy tower. It reveals a global area. If it has a global icon here, it means it can use this skill in the whole world. So like every few seconds or minutes we can the map a little area. It has good if you have artillery or other, you know, cheeky units like stealth, snipers, everything. Ultra turret would be good because I'm being annoyed by being attacked while on my way. The ultra turret is really expensive. I haven't been using all my money anyway. I haven't. The sniper, it does get overwhelmed. Like the sniper turret sounds really powerful, but it gets overwhelmed very quickly. Let's go with ultra turret and upgrade something. And chance percent on hit target gets this. Just get this. 10% chance on hit for the target to get bounty. It's like a debuff. You know, it loses 1 armor and the enemy drops crystals when they die. Every build I have nowadays, I say that as if I had more than one, is I use this. But I was dumb and I thought this wouldn't drop, so I did. You know, you add that to your units with the most firing rate, so you're always applying bounty and you're getting drops for kills, and that scales really well. And if you have reclaim, then you know every unit that dies from you, you reclaim the costs, and then you get a bonus for killing units. It's just like our economy just gets extremely healthy. So who fires faster here? Everyone kind of like this was the guy. I was the guy to do this, but let's go for another upgrade. Killing a unit heals itself. But if we kill a unit, we heal ourselves. I think that's a tank thing. They need that. They need more sustain. And then a hack. A veteran. Units level up the more things they kill. I think they can have 5 kills to become a veteran. Then you can. They get a little better during the match. And if they get healed, they will be healed again. But this doesn't really matter because we already have a skill that full heals everyone. The whole blob. gets 10% damage when your crystals are below 400. This is what I usually go for because, you know, I'm always poor. And the high ground, higher crit chance. This is a true situation for me, so. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know any day if you want to see more Roguelite. I think this is a good, you know, warming up game to play on the first. Like, we can do a little round when we start the stream, and then that's. So let me close the game here. I'm gonna be away. I'm gonna go away, and I'm gonna come back later. Thank you for being here for Roguelite. I'm gonna rename this stream because it wasn't sector space. We'll do sector space a little later after I feed myself. Thank you for being here. Catch you soon.